Hello, I'm Bring Darkness, and I'll be reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man. The Amazing Spider-Man came out 12 years ago in 2012, and when it came out, I was very skeptical of the movie being any good, because I grew up a Sam Raimi Spider-Man fan. So when this new actor, Andrew Garfield, played Spider-Man, I didn't know how I felt about it. I was very opposed to Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, because he would be replacing Tobey Maguire. And something interesting I thought, why as a kid did I never question, why did they replace him? I never knew why they replaced him. But yeah, so instead of making Spider-Man 4, they made Amazing Spider-Man. And a couple years ago, I got to see Amazing Spider-Man, because I never saw it in 2010s, because I was very biased against anything Spider-Man that wasn't Tobey Maguire. So I saw it, 2021, 2022. And I already knew so much about film, because I watched so much review videos about it, so I guess you could say I knew what was happening beforehand. Because I don't think I would watch it if I didn't know what was going to happen in the movie. I had to know what's in the film before I watch it. You got to know how bad a movie is before you watch it. Or you're just not going to have a good time. That's what I have to say about it. I'd say a 6, 7 out of 10. That's my rating. And usually I save rating at the end of a video, but I did it here. Anyways, so I'm going to talk about the positives and the negatives. Andrew Garfield does a great job playing Spider-Man, and I think he's a great Spider-Man actor. The reason why his Spider-Man fails is due to the characterization and the writing. It's not his fault of his performance. His performance is great. It's how he's written. It's how his dialogue is written. It's how his motives are written. His characterization is written. A big issue I have with this film, a lot of people have this issue, is the whole film he's just trying to find out about his parents. But his parents have never been a focal point of a character. I've read many Spider-Man comics, countless, and not one has ever mentioned him trying to find out his parents, because they don't matter. They're not important to who he is. The one that drives him is not his parents. He could care less about them. It's Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben is who drives him. Someone who meant so much to him died, and when you endure a tragedy like that, it drives you to stop that tragedy from happening to others. So this is very much like Batman. When his parents died, he wanted to make sure others didn't die, because the people he knew that were close to him, his parents, died. So he becomes a hero to protect others, so they don't, deal with the same tragedy he had to deal with. That's why he's Spider-Man. It's not because of his parents. No, his parents are not important. In comics, movies, video games, television show, no, it doesn't matter. So, make Spider-Man doing that is a big flaw, because he's never really cared about his parents. They're not important. They're never mentioned in most Spider-Man media, so they don't matter. But anyways, back to the positives. The performances are pretty good. The characterization is awful, but we'll get to that later. Uncle Ben, okay, I don't think whatever his name is, Sheen, did the best job playing him. Like, good. Obviously, he's a good actor, and his performance was good, but characterization-wise, it left a lot to be desired. But, hey, that's better than Aunt May, who has to be the worst Aunt May in any of the Spider-Man films. You thought Sam Raimi Spider-Man, Aunt May was bad. No, I'd say the Amazing Spider-Man has the worst Aunt May due to her severe lack of characterization, where she just doesn't matter. She's just a plot device. She could literally be written out the movie, and it wouldn't change a thing, because she's not important. Not at all. But again, performances, I'd say performances are great, and I think in particular, Andrew Garfield is great as Spider-Man, and Rhys Ifans, if I'm pronouncing it right, does a great job playing the Lizard, a great villain. I think those two are great, and that's why they make both a great hero and a great villain for the movie. Because performances are great, because they're very, driven in their performances. Like, you can tell they're really trying hard. Because even though the movie's not the best, they're really trying to make this movie better than it is for performances. So the performances, I'd say, is the better thing about the film. It's a thing that's the best thing about the film. Definitely. And I also liked the ending of the film. I thought that was great. The ending where, well, not everything about the ending is great. I don't like the idea that Lizard's going to turn everyone in New York into a lizard. That's obviously ridiculous. But I like how it ends with the cops going after Lizard, and Spider-Man and everyone going after Lizard to defeat him, and that does work. In Spider-Man, I think he uses a serum to cure the Lizard, and he's turned to Kurt Connors, and he I think goes to jail. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, so I don't remember everything, but that's from what I remember. And I remember, even though I didn't like the movie in the late 2010s, I was on my iPod and I saw that ending. Like, I just saw a movie scene, I'm like, wow, this is really good. This makes the movie look better than it actually is. And I'd say I stand by that opinion. It's definitely one of the better scenes of the film. And I also liked Eddie Brock in this film. I know Eddie Brock. No, Flash Thompson, sorry. Flash Thompson was pretty good in this movie, and I liked how he was. I don't think there's a bad Flash Thompson in any Spider-Man film. I've liked every Flash Thompson in every Spider-Man film. When Spider-Man 2 was good, Tom Holland one's really good. A lot of people give him hate, and I think he's a great Flash Thompson. And obviously, the next Spider-Man has a good Flash Thompson as well. And now, I think I've talked about everything good, so let me finish up the positives before I go into negatives. And I think film score is pretty good. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the positives. Oh yeah, the fight scenes are really good. I like those too. But we should talk about the negatives now. The negatives. I've obviously talked about Peter Parker's parents is a stupid plot device, and it doesn't need to be in this film. Aunt May wasn't very good, but we're going to talk about characterization. Peter Parker himself is a main issue. While Andrew Garfield does a great job playing him, characterization is the main issue of the film. So he's not shy like he usually is. He's too confident in the film, too cocky, and I think that's a main issue of the film. They tried to make character too likable, and it just didn't work because they lost that shy nerd character that he's known as. So the film doesn't really focus on that. They make him too confident and energetic, and that's the main issue of this film. And yeah, I know you're thinking Andrew Garfield couldn't pull off a shy character. But maybe he should have just picked a different actor. Not saying Garfield did a bad job, but if you want someone to play Spider-Man in that shy way, they should have wrote it much better. And also, Spider-Man's costume, it looks horrible. There's just something, I just hate how thin it looks. It looks like it's made of some weird synthetic. So I really hate his suit in film. I think it's horrible looking. And also, something really wrong with the dialogue. It sounds inhuman, unnatural how people talk. It's robotic. No human talks like this, how characters talk to each other in the movie. And it's really, really painful to watch scenes of conversation in the film because it's just so unnatural for something about it. But that's basically my criticisms. Characterization, dialogue, writing, and yeah, that's it. And I hope you enjoyed my review. As I said before, I give this like a 6 out of 10. I'll be generous and give it a 6.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you later. Have a good one.